What's going on, guys? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to my sports Gematria. If you're looking at the screen here, on the left side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers. This is the date numerology for the day. In gray, I have the Gregorian calendar. Today is September the 13th. I have my date numerology right here. And then right above it is the Gematria for the date numerology. And then right down here is the Hebrew calendar, both the civil and the religious. On the calendars, it's the 13th day of the months. So that's going to be a number that we're going to look at. And on the right side here is what I call my game numbers. These are the numbers of the game that I'm looking at for the day. There's quite a few baseball games that was going on, and I didn't have too much time, so we're looking at two games towards the end of the night. The last couple games, we're going to do the Rays and the Angels, and the Marlins and the Giants. So the first game we're looking at here is the Rays versus the Angels. How this is structured, this is the away team. This is the Rays. It's their 149th game. They can get their 88th win or their 62nd loss. It's their 74th away game. They can get their 45th win or their 30th loss. In the middle here is the verse record for the season, as well as for regular season, head-to-head. Down here is the home team, the Angels. It's their 148th game. They can get their 68th win or their 81st loss. It's their 73rd home game. They can get their 36th win or their 38th loss. Right here is the starting pitcher for the Angels. His name, Gematria, his birthday, his age, and then to and from his birthday. And then right here is the starting pitcher for the Rays. His number that he wears, his birthday, his age, and his Gematria. And to and from his birthday. This is how I set up my games, my picks. This is essential information right here on the left. Excuse me. This is the foundation for the day. This is where the numbers are coming from. This is where the read is going to come from. And then the numbers for the game, I'm just simply looking to see if they have any connection to this side whatsoever, as well as any connection within each other. With the Rays versus the Angels, the first thing I notice is the Rays are coming in. This is their 149th game of the season. And today on the Gregorian calendar, it has 25 date numerology. And in Gematria, the word 25 sums to 50 and 149. Rays are coming in here with 149 games for the season, so we're going to mark that gray. On top of that, the Rays starting pitcher, Charlie Morton, he wears the number 50. So we have a 50 and a 149. Today's September 13th, 25 date numerology. 25 sums to 50 and 149. Charlie Morton is currently 35 years old. 149 or 149 is the 35th prime number. It's 60 days or total span of 61 till his upcoming 36th birthday. The word 60 in Gematria sums to 97 and 25. Let's bring this up. 60, 97, 25, and 97 is the 25th prime number. Date numerology of 25. It's 60 days till his upcoming birthday, which connects to 25. It's also a total span of 61, and today also has 61 date numerology. So we're going to mark that gray here as well. So as you can see right away, we have this really nice pattern from the Gregorian calendar with the starting pitcher, Charlie Morton. And for it being his upcoming 36th birthday, his name, Charlie Morton, sums to 151. And 151 is the 36th prime number. So 60 to a span of 61 days to his 36th birthday, which is a number that connects to his name. And the Rays' 149th game, as they currently sit on 61 losses for the season. They can get their 88th win. The word 88 sums to 123. And the starting pitcher for the Angels, Andrew Heaney, I probably pronounced that wrong, not only sums to 60, but also 123. And we're going to mark this in a light blue color because this is a connection that's specific to just this right here. It doesn't have anything to do with the date numerology. If we look down here for the Angels, they're currently sitting on 35 wins, home wins for the season. And we know 149 is the 35th prime number. So we're going to go ahead and put that gray. Today has 25 date numerology. 25 equals 149. It's the 149th game for the Rays. 149, the 35th prime. Angels can get their 38th home loss. The word 38 sums to 149, the 35th prime number. So it's a nice little pattern down here for the home record. We're going to go ahead and mark that gray. So we see this strong connection here with the starting pitcher and the Rays. Rays sitting on 61 losses for the season. It's 60 days or a total span of 61 till his upcoming birthday. Both those numbers connect to date numerology, along with the 149, the number that he's wearing, the number 50. And then we come down here and we see Andrew connects with 88. Rays can be 88 and 61 with the win. And then we also see the home record has a pretty strong connection with 35 and 38. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and mark the Rays to win this game. Now, just so you know, this game is deceiving. I know I just kind of just picked the Rays there, and I feel confident about it. But for somebody who hasn't done this work, one thing you'll notice is that it's 100 days or 101 since the starting pitcher's birthday for the Angels. And if the Angels win, they can go from 100 to 101 wins against the Rays head-to-head. And, you know, you can see that and you're like, man, that's a pretty solid connection. Especially since I just had a video the other day, or in lesson 4, about it was the coach and the quarterback, how his birthday synced up with his win and loss. So this is kind of the same idea, but I really like just how clean this is for this starting pitcher. I mean, these numbers, I mean, it just popped. I didn't have to dig for them. I didn't have to look for them. They're just sitting right here, just telling me what it is. They're coming in with 61 losses. It's 60 to 61 days till his birthday. Both those numbers connect to date numerology. 149th game. Where's the number 50? We see 25 equals both 50 and 149. And then we can start to make a case down here with the 123, the 60, the 35, and the 38. Even with this 100 and 101. Sometimes you got to be careful with these games. They do have numbers for both sides. However, if you have yourself a system like this, where you're set up to have your date numerology, you have strictly just your game numbers, and if you just look and see, you can kind of get an idea of what it's showing you. Yeah, there's going to be other consistencies here and other potential possibilities, but the overall picture, we just easily put this together. The 149, the 61, the 50, the 35, 60, 61, the 60, the 123 that connects to the 88, the 35, 38. Like this, that wasn't hard to put together, and it makes sense mathematically. So the next game we're going to look at for the evening game is the Marlins versus the Giants. So we have the away team, the Marlins, their starting pitcher, the head-to-head record between the two teams, and then the home team, Giants, and their starting pitcher. Same setup as this game right here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to just see with a date numerology over here and the numbers right here, we're just going to see what pops, see what makes sense. And there could be some back and forth between both teams, but I think ultimately we'll be able to see some type of pattern consistently with one team. So when I was pulling these numbers, one thing just stood out to me very clear because I was actually looking for it. I looked at a couple games, and this stood out. This game stood out to me the most, and the reason why is because the starting pitcher for the Giants, Tyler Beede, his name in Gematria sums to 169. And the reason why that stuck out to me, and the reason why I'm putting this in a cantaloupe color, is because it connects to the Hebrew civil calendar over here. 169 has a square root of 13. So 13 times 13 equals 169. On the Hebrew civil calendar, today is the 13th day of the 13th month. 13th day of the 13th month. 13 times 13 equals 169. Tyler Beede, the starting pitcher for the Giants, his name, Gematria, sums to 169. So right away, this is what I caught. This is what I was looking for. I was curious to see if I would see this number, knowing that 13 times 13 equals 169, and it's the 13th day of the 13th month on the Hebrew silver calendar. Remember, they are in a leap year, so in their leap years, they have 13 months. If we look at the number 13 in Gematria, 13, you see that it sums to 99, 45, 117, 45. I want to focus on 99 for a sec, because we know that the starting pitcher here, his name sums to an interesting number for the civil Hebrew calendar, 169. His date of birth is on 5/23, kind of like the number 523. And if we put that here in numbers property, we see that it's the 99th prime number. And in Gematria, that the word 13 sums to 99. The starting pitcher's birthday, 5/23, is the 99th prime. Today is the 13th on all the calendars. And Tyler Beede sums to 169, which is 13 times 13. You know, kind of like the 13th day of the 13th month on the Hebrew civil calendar. So we're going to go ahead and mark this gray. We're going to, for the 99, the 13 connection, we're just going to put it in the Gregorian calendar color, gray. It's also 113 to 114 days since his birthday. And I like the number 113 because I already know this one. 113 sums to 99. So you get another connection to the 99 and the 13. As we keep going, we'll see that the starting pitcher wears the number 38. So we pop in 38. 38 equals 149. It also equals 148. So we're like, okay. It's the Giants' 148th game, and they're starting the pitcher who wears the number 38. On top of that, 38 equals 149, and on the Gregorian, it's 25 date numerology. 25 sums to 149. Now to bring it back to the 523, the 99th prime, the 113, which equals 99, and the 169, which is 13 times 13, and we know 13 equals 99 in Gematria. If the Giants win this game, they'll become 71 and 77 as a record. And I popped this into properties numbers earlier, and I thought it was kind of funny. 71, 77. 7177 is a prime number. It's the 917th prime number. So if we click on that, 917, there's no properties here, but if we take the word here, 917, and we get the Gematria for it, we get the numbers 99 and 99. So the starting pitcher, 523, the 99th prime, 113 days since his birthday. 113 equals 99. His name sums to 169, the 13th triangular, or excuse me, has a square root of 13. 13 times 13. Today is the 13th day of the 13th month on the Hebrew civil, and the word 13 sums to 99. Giants can go 71, 77, which has a prime number, that Gematria, that sums to 99 and 99. So we have this nice little gray 99 pattern that connects to 13. We have this 38 that connects to the game, 148. And then we have this 169 that's just hard to pass up. If we look at the Marlins, their starting pitcher, his name, Sandy, I'll butcher his last name, Alcantara. His name sums to 91, and 91 is the 13th triangular number. So we'll go ahead and put this in cantaloupe color to show that both their names have a connection to 13. And then we'll have the 99 in grays, even though that also connects to 13, because 13 sums to 99. The starting pitcher for the Marlins, he wears the number 22. And if the Giants win, they'll be 2-2 against the Marlins for the season. And the Marlins would sit on 22 away wins for the season. So we do that, 22, 22, 22. Marlins would get their 47th away loss of the season. Tyler Beede sums to 47, as well as 169. And Marlins would also pick up their 96th loss of the season. And the Gematria for 96 is 139. 139 is the 34th prime number. And today on the Gregorian calendar, which is why I marked it gray, it has 34 date numerology. But it's also September the 13th, written 9/13, or the 13th day of the 9th month, 13/9, the 34th prime number. Marlins would get their 96th loss. And so we're going to go ahead and mark the Giants. Giants have a strong read. The Rays have a strong read. We're going to go ahead and just work with these two and put them in a two-team parlay. Let's do it. Put some money on it. As you can see, there's a bunch of games going on right now. So we do the Rays. We do the Giants. Rays and Giants. Put $5 down to win 8.
Here's a 3-2 as the runners go, and Garcia rips one out to right center field. That'll bring home at least one, and with the head start from first base, Adames is going to come around and score easily. It is 10-3.
The infield's drawn in, and the drawn-in infield creates opportunity. This ball hits hard on the dirt out in front of home plate as it bounces the left field side. No chance for Starlin Castro. Just a high hop, and he couldn't get to it.